All right, welcome to this evening's restorative fascia release class. To get started, we're gonna have, if you have pillows, then I want you to kind of stack it in a way that it's angled. And the angle is so that you can lay back on it. You're not fully flat on your back, to give you some additional support so you're really relaxed here. And then once you have that set up, I obviously have bolsters and also a yoga block kind of propping mine up, but be creative, do what you need to do. I don't know what you have at home. And then once you get there, you're gonna lay back on it with your feet butterflied. So before I get in that position, I'm gonna play my music and then you can go ahead and also play your playlist. All right. Now, let's get started. So with all your propped up pillows and stuff at an angle, you'll just lean back gently on your stack of pillows. And then your butterfly legs, they don't have to be super close to you. Like your feet can be as far or as close as you want them to. Just make sure you're at a point where you don't feel any sort of pain or tingling or burning sensation or anything. And then if you feel like your legs are too splayed open, like it's giving you too much strain, you can also take like blankets, roll them up and put them underneath your knees if you need to give yourself additional support, or have yoga blocks underneath your knees. Otherwise, you don't have to use any. And just allow the arms to lay down by the sides, palms up or palms down, up to you. If it feels okay to close the eyes, close your eyes. Otherwise, keep your eyes on a point up on the ceiling with a softened gaze, and just allow yourself to breathe slow and deeply here. Start to take a scan from the top of your head, starting with the forehead. If you feel like you're crunching your forehead or furrowing your brow, just allow yourself to release with your breath. And then looking down or feeling down to your jaw, again, noticing if you're clenching here, and just allow your jaw to let go. You have an option to use your hands to give yourself a little massage on your forehead and your jaw, maybe along the temples as well, to encourage these muscles to let go. A lot of the times we don't even realize that we're like tightening our faces, so just release. And then if you're using your hands to give yourself a massage, you can lower them back down, or if you want to guide them down the back of your neck, start to go down the back of the neck, noticing here if you have any tension, pressing into any places that feel tight, noticing if it's radiating anywhere, and just allowing yourself again to take a deep breath in and out into those places. Massaging your neck, going down the side of your neck or the back of your neck, just noticing here. And then release the arms down by the sides. Allow the arms to completely relax. And let's continue the mental body scan down to the shoulders and the upper back and the chest. Take a deep breath in. Release with a sigh. Going down the torso to the waist, the hips. Deep breath in. And let it out. Moving down to the glutes, the inner thighs, the quads, the hamstrings. We've been working so hard on these. Taking another deep breath in and letting go. And moving down our awareness to the shins and the calves, the ankles, the feet, the toes. Imagine sending your breath down to your bottom half of your legs. Deep breath in. And release. Wiggle your fingers and toes just for a moment. Squeeze them really tight. And release. Thinking to yourself, I am relaxed. And now, using your hands, gently guide your knees together. You can keep your eyes closed or just soften your gaze here. And windshield wipe your legs from side to side. Small movements to begin, and then if you feel like you can go a little deeper in your side to side windshield wipers, then go a little further. And then when you're ready, plant your feet and press yourself up very gently up off of your stack of pillows. And then it doesn't matter which way you face. I'm just facing you guys because I'm guiding the class, but go ahead and widen your legs as wide as you would like. They don't have to go super wide, just enough so you can have a pillow or two in front of you. So I'm going to guide my pillow in front of me, maybe two to start off with, because I'm going to allow myself to melt over the pillow. So from here, make yourself really tall as you reach up. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips first until you can no longer hinge them forward, and then start to allow yourself to round over your stack of pillows or yoga blocks or whatever you have. And wherever you are, let your head be held by the pillows or blocks that you have. And then just let your arms fall down by the sides of your props. Once they're down by the props, imagine your shoulders, your back are all melting down, letting gravity pull you down onto the props. And just breathe here. Over time, you'll notice that the body will start to deepen into this, start to melt a little bit more. And as it does, you can start to remove props if you want to get a little bit further into it. But to start off with, find stillness and just breathe. As we hold these poses over time, the fascia, the connective tissue, starts to let go. And you'll notice that as your body starts to deepen into the shape that you're holding. And you may not even notice it, but sometimes we hold on to certain muscles and we tighten where we don't even realize. And I invite you to notice if you're doing that right now. And wherever you are holding on or tightening or gripping, imagine you're sending your breath in and out into those places to allow yourself to release and relax and let go. On your last breath here, start to press into your hands as you guide yourself up one vertebrae at a time, stacking your vertebrae to a tall seat eventually. Taking your time, pausing once you're in this tall seat. The eyes can stay closed, or you can have a soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. Noticing all of the sensations as everything's kind of rushing back in. And then if you have the props in front of you, you can set them off to the side. Make sure that they're still within reach because you'll probably need them again soon. Guide your knees to the center, plant your feet so that your knees are bent, and you can windshield wipe your legs side to side 2 to 3 times. Awesome. Now from here, you're going to extend your right leg long in front of you. I'm actually going to turn profile so you guys can see what I'm doing from this angle. So you're going to bend your left leg into the body, plant your foot, let the right leg go out long in front of you. Then you're going to grab that left leg, you're going to cross it over the right. And this might be sufficient for you. You might just hold this here, and that's enough for you today. So if this is enough for you today, you can just hug it, you can interlock your fingers, hold it here. If you want to go into a twist, what you can do is actually take the opposite arm. So my left leg is over the right. Now my right arm, I'm going to tuck my elbow to the outside of the knee here. And this is really where my edge is at the moment. I can't go any further than this, and that's where you want to be, is wherever you're not feeling any sort of pain or tingling, but you're just at a point where, okay, like this is good for now. And eventually, as you hold this, you may start to twist a little bit more with each breath. So I'm going to move these props out from behind me. I'm going to hold it here. So find the variation of this that works for you. Your arm doesn't have to stay bent like this. You can let it relax. If you want to put a blanket or a pillow there for your hand to just rest on, feel free to do that too. Use props however you want to support you here. And close your eyes or soften your gaze and breathe. And then that leg that's bent and crossed over, it doesn't have to stay super straight up towards the ceiling. That foot can start to peel open, like if it starts to kind of fall over to the side, that's okay. We're just going for either this twist, or if you're hugging it, you can hug it and really get more into the hip. So it's up to you what you want to get out of this today. Spinal twist, or really get into the outer hip. It's your choice. You can take both. You can hug it and twist if you prefer as well. Let your toes relax, let your feet kind of flop. They don't have to be flexed. For time, if you feel like you can get a little deeper into your twist, you can just take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, go a little further in that twist. But again, only going to your particular edge today, not causing any sort of sensation of strain or pain or tingling. If you start to notice any sort of muscle spasm, of course, back out of it. Shake it out. And on this last breath, if you have this twist or if your fingers are interlocked, release that. Start to turn your torso towards your toes and gently guide that leg that's crossed over out in front of you and let your legs bounce out. Maybe give yourself some taps on your hip or on your thighs. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So this time, opposite leg will bend, and then you will guide it over the opposite leg. Once it's there, again, this is your first option. You can stay here, torso facing a square to your foot in front of you. But if you want to take this into a twist, you can start to guide your opposite arm up and over to interlock or to put the elbow on the outside of the thigh. And then the other hand back behind you, or you can hug and twist at the same time. Once you find the variation on this side, settle into it. Release your face. You might be furrowing your brow here or even clenching your jaw, so just let it go. And then find stillness as much as you can. But if you start to deepen into this, maybe you take the twist a little further, or maybe you hug that leg in a little closer. And just notice how different it might feel on this side from the other side. Every side is different. Every day is different. That's okay. Just breathe into those tight spaces as you hold. Taking another breath here. And then start to unwind very slowly. Guiding the leg back up and over, extending it out long, bouncing out, giving yourself some taps here on that leg. And then now we're going to go into a pigeon. So you're going, well, in this particular practice, it's called swan, but for this one, come onto all fours. And we're going to do kind of like it's like a twisted pigeon with an arm variation. So just, you can watch me first as I get into it, and then you can follow me. So first I'm going to guide my right leg up behind my hands so that my knee is bent behind my right wrist and my foot is behind the left wrist. The leg can be as bent as you need it to be. Then I'm going to extend that back leg as long as I can behind me till I get to my particular edge. From here, I can use a blanket or something to really support that hip that's lifted. So right underneath my right hip. And then from here, let me move all of these props out of the way. I'm going to, because my right leg is in front, I'm going to cross my right arm underneath my left arm. And then my left arm will now cross in front of it. So we have a variation where we are actually getting into the shoulders here. So that right shoulder, you're going to start to feel it, maybe even into the left shoulder. And the palms can be facing up or facing down. Find which variation feels best for you. And then you can let your head just hang heavy here, or you can have a block or a pillow to let your head be supported. Settle into your variation of swan and breathe. Now, there is an option if this is way too intense for you and you cannot get into this shape. That is fine. You can actually get on your back and do a figure 4, where you cross your right leg over the left and lift the left leg in towards you and grab the back of the thigh or the shin. But in that variation, you won't get as much of the shoulder option. You could also just, once you're there, instead of grabbing the back of your leg, you can hug yourself. Remember again, if you start to feel any sort of clenching in your face, invite yourself to breathe in and out to release. Sometimes we clench our toes. Notice that. See if you can wiggle your toes to release that too. And invite relaxation as you hold. On this next breath, very slowly start to lift your head first, and then untie the bow that you created with your arms by pulling your right arm back towards your right side and your left arm back towards the left side, coming up onto your hands. And then very slowly shift yourself onto your right hip. Bring your arms back behind you and kind of windshield wipe your legs. I know I'm facing the other way. You guys can't see the front of me, but I'm windshield wiping my legs here. And then from here, grab your props, move them over to the other side. And we're now going to turn ourselves so that we are the other direction on our mat. And now the left leg is in front and the right leg is behind you. See what I did there? Once you're there, again, you can use your blankets or your yoga blocks or whatever you have to put underneath your left hip if you want it. Extend that right leg long. Prepare any blocks or pillows or anything you want for your head. And then this time, that left arm is going to go under the right. And then the right arm is going to come up and over towards the left. So you're kind of creating a bow with your arms. And once you're there, allow your head to fall towards the floor or towards the pillow or block that you have. Notice how different it might feel on this side and adjust accordingly. And then settle in. As you feel your body release over time, allow yourself to just melt a little bit more into the ground beneath you. Allowing the breath to maybe soften and deepen. Not forcing anything, letting it be. And after the next breath or two, start to pull that right arm towards the right and the left arm towards the left, bringing yourself onto the palms of your hands, pressing into them as you guide yourself back up and onto your left hip to allow yourself to windshield wipe those legs. Notice the sensations here. Y'all, this week with my legs, the posterior chain, my quads, all the things, I feel it all. I'm sure you do too. Whew. Okay. Now we're going to guide ourselves onto our backs. But before you do, make sure you've got pillows and stuff nearby. We're going to use a pillow or a blanket to put underneath our knees. And then grab another blanket so you can put it over you. We're preparing for Shavasana here. So I'm going to put my pillow under my knees first, kind of guiding it where I need it to go. My heels are planted down. And then gently guide yourself back. Once you're on your back, this is an opportunity to take anything else you want to take. If you want to kind of windshield wipe your legs from side to side, or even hug your knees in and roll your low back on the floor, feel free to do that. And then for a brief moment, let your hands fall down by the sides, extend your legs up towards the ceiling, and start to give yourself some ankle rotations, wiggling your toes, widen your toes, flex and point your feet. Notice all the cracks and pops that you hear. All right, and then let the legs go out long. Take that blanket that you have if you want and put it over you. You can cover your whole body, or if you want to put some weight on your belly, this allows you to invite in some relaxation. And let yourself melt into the floor as you breathe and let go. After your next breath or two, invite in some movement to your fingers and your toes, bringing awareness back to the space that you're in. And take another deep breath as you reach the arms up overhead, reaching from the tips of your fingers to the toes. And then let yourself fall over to your side, whichever side you want, hugging the knees in, resting your head on your arm for a moment of gratitude for giving yourself this time of rest, relaxation, and restoration. And using your hands to guide you to a seat, pressing into them. You can keep your eyes closed or a softened gaze. Allow your arms to reach up overhead on a big breath in. Exhale, bring them down through center. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back to center. Last time, inhale, reach up. And exhale, let your hands fall to the lap or to your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me, my friends. The light in me loves and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.